That was a Chicago woman named Whitley Temple stealing a police car. She was later charged with attempted murder as well as 4 other charges related to carjacking. But because this happened in the leftist hellhole that is called Chicago, Temple was found not guilty by reason of insanity.
A woman accused of dragging a Chicago police officer with his own patrol car in 2022 has been acquitted of all charges. A Cook County judge just announced a not guilty verdict in the 5 charges against Whitley Temple, seen here covering herself with a blue jacket. In court, prosecutors said an officer found Temple naked in the street in West Garfield Park in 2022. They said she then stole his squad car, ran him over, and sped off down I-90. She eventually crashed into 4 cars. Temple's attorney argued she was in a psychotic state at the time and said it's a textbook insanity case.
Now, this isn't some random supposed insanity case that I'm showing you, but there's another layer to it that makes it far more interesting in my opinion. While the case was pending, Temple was actually hired as an accountant by the city of Chicago. So after she was charged with attempted murder, she landed a job as an accountant for the city. Her official title was lead accountant at the Department of Family and Support Services. I say was because she lost the job after they became aware of her pending charges. So it's pretty ironic that she could be hired by the city and then they would claim ignorance about her charges. Just government at its finest. Next we go to Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson's pick to serve on the board of the Regional Transportation Authority. In a move that immediately saw backlash, he nominated the Reverend Ira Acree. The backlash was because Acree is a West Side pastor and civil rights activist. When he was asked about his qualifications, he couldn't answer basic transit-related questions, which included the fact that he said he was unaware of the $730 million deficit that the RTA has. So simply put, Mayor Johnson nominated someone without any experience who knew nothing about the job itself. Sounds like Chicago. Ultimately, this led to him removing his name from consideration for the position, but I'm sure Johnson will find a way to screw it up even further.
Reverend Ira Acree is a longtime, well-known pastor and community organizer on the West Side. He hopes to take on an additional role as a board member for the Regional Transportation Authority, the governing body that oversees CTA, Metra, and PACE. Acree was nominated by Mayor Brandon Johnson.
With Reverend Acree being a member of this community, we definitely support him because he knows the challenges that people in the communities face. Doesn't have to be a transit expert.
As members of City Council's Transportation Committee learned yesterday, Acree is far from a transit expert. While he grew up using public transportation, Acree told the committee, as an adult, he occasionally uses it downtown.
As a man, I don't have to use CTA. I'm fortunate to have a car.
While transportation is facing a crisis, Acree says he needs more information to make any judgments about CTA Chief Dorval Carter or an effort in Springfield to consolidate RTA, CTA, and PACE.
You actually have to have knowledge about what's happening to the whole RTA system, and to not have any answers at all was a little bit offensive.
In addition, 32nd Ward Alderman Scott Wagasback was disappointed Acree was unaware of an RTA $730 million shortfall.
This is my first time hearing about a $735 million shortfall, and so I wouldn't want to respond to that today.
Before appearing before the committee, Acree admitted he never spoke with the mayor about the administration's transportation vision.
I think a mayor and administration need to be reaching out, and the fact that they haven't says a lot about things.
We have hundreds of people in this city, thousands regionally, who could take on this job and have the knowledge on day one walking into it. And I think that's where the mayor's office failed.
Ira Acree is withdrawing his nomination for his appointment to the RTA board. Acree spoke this morning about that decision. The mayor nominated him, and he was set to take the position yesterday during the city council meeting, but it was postponed. He says now is not the time.
Let me tell you something. There are forces that have opposed my nomination from the moment the mayor submitted my name. And some of our so-called allies, they're more interested in fighting me than supporting the wonderful people of our city.
When the mayor nominated him, he received a 14-2 vote in favor of his appointment.
As I think it was President Reagan said, we're from the government. We're here to help.